Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
Welcome to another edition of C2C Rankem. I'm the host, Big B, along with my co-host, halfway across the world, the Prime Moves, Tim Hendricks. How you doing, bud?
Doing good, excited. We get back to one of our staples on this show. I know I'm not going to be back on. I'm not going to be on for Monday morning tailgate or Monday morning tailgate, morning tailgate. I'll be in Rome. I leave Friday. I leave tomorrow to Milano, and then Friday for Rome. The 14th is my wife's birthday, so I'm going to take this little bit of time and wish my wife Emanuela a very happy birthday. We're going to Rome for her birthday, so I've never been.
That should be fun. So happy birthday to her early. So we'll definitely get into October birthdays because my birthday's in October. We were talking about backstage. You have like 10 people in October, so definitely do October most likely next week. But today, one of our staples, breaking down weird laws. We haven't done it in a while, so we're kind of scrambling to see what laws we still have to break, or states still have to break down. So you came up with a good list. Our last state, we are going to do a little longer one because there were so many funny and weird ones that, we're going to go do a top 10 in that state because I think they deserve it because a lot of people don't like that state anyway. So, all right. So moving on. So first state's Colorado. I think we could probably start with 3. I think we're going to have a good one this week. I think we're gonna hit a lot. I think in sniping. So I got 3.
I can give you 3. I really love my number 1. When I saw it, it was a must number 1. But yeah, I like 3.
Okay. All right. Well, let's kick it off. Go with your number 5.
It's weird. It's weird that they made this illegal, and I didn't, especially in Boulder. And it's not. It's there's one in there that really seems weird, but this one threw me for a loop because I've lived in Florida, I've lived in Wisconsin, I've lived in Michigan, and I see these outside all the time, but I don't understand this. But in Boulder, it's illegal to have couches on the outside porches.
Oh, I missed that one.
I don't get that. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, I don't know. Because you see them out here too once in a while, especially in bachelor pads, I think is where you get the weird couches. I don't know. I missed that one. So I'll go with my number 1 or 5, I'm sorry, which could be probably number 1, but in Westminster, if you allow someone to park closer than 2 feet to you, you will be fined.
Closer than 2 feet?
Closer than 2 feet. So if you allow somebody to park 2 feet or closer to you, you will be fined. Now again, we'll start this off as like, who's going to patrol these? I mean, who's going to monitor? Is the driver of the car that's pulling in be like, oh, you parked 2 feet, I got to turn you in? It's just like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I'm thinking, I know I've parked. Oh heck, here here nobody parks like they're supposed to. I have this running joke with my mom, and I always make the comment, it's got to be a lamb thing because you can't park. You honestly can't park. It'll be a straight park, but she'll find a way to put the car in at 45 degrees or some other weird thing, and she'll get close where she'll be within 2 feet. It's like, holy smokes. My mom would get ticketed. My mom would get fined all the time.
But the thing is if you're watching somebody park, you can get fined if they park 2 feet close to you. I just don't. I don't.
You get fined if you
can get fined.
Not the person who parks.
It's the person that's watching the park. Yeah.
Oh my loving God.
All right. So I mean, we know Colorado is smoking some good stuff up there, but come on now.
Oh,
number 4.
All right. I didn't realize there was a Louisville in Colorado.
I didn't either.
I found that out today. I found that out. It's nice to find things out like this. And you figure inside city limits, there's got to be some rules. And I can understand it because you don't want to seem like you're a low rent neighborhood and all that type of weird things. It's illegal to own chickens in Louisville. That's not that I can understand, but it's okay to own 3 turkeys.
So it's illegal to own chickens, but you can own up to 3 turkeys.
Yep. Well, honestly, turkeys are a bigger menace and a bigger nuisance than a chicken is.
Yeah.
They can be
again, like we said, we'll say probably many times. Why? I mean, why? Okay, my number 4. We like to drive on Sundays, and I guess in Denver, you cannot drive a black vehicle on Sundays.
I got a question.
Okay.
Think about this. There are 4 sports teams in Denver.
Yeah.
I know of at least one that play on Sunday.
Yeah.
How many players for the Denver Broncos have black vehicles?
Well, exactly. Or if you're having a party or something, what do you normally get? A limo? What color are limos? They're black.
They're black.
You can't do. I saw that one. I was just like, really? I mean, it's got to be a black vehicle. I don't get it. Like you said, there's people that play on Sunday that black Escalades, black this, black that. Yeah, can't drive them on Sundays.
That makes
You're number 3.
0 sense. Wow.
Yeah.
My number 3. In the springtime, there's always this. We know it's a weed, but it's a flower. Like you can see this weed because of the flower.
Yep.
And kids love these things in the springtime because they blow on them, and they just it makes like a little snowfall and all the fun things. But in Pueblo, I'm killing this name right now. I heard it. Pueblo, Colorado. It is illegal to let a dandelion grow in the city limits. Why? What did the dandelion do?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, yes, it's a weed, and actually, if you get enough of them, I mean, it kind of looks cool, as you drive by and see the color. But yeah, I don't get it. So here's what that kind of bothers me, because I've heard this all over the place, and I think it was in a movie or something, jokingly, but I don't know. Some states I think have it against the law, but it is allowable to rip off tags on your pillows and mattresses. Why do we need a law for that? Either way, to not do it or to do it. I don't get it.
I don't either. I know after you buy the pillow or the mattress, you can rip the tag off.
I don't know. I don't know why it needs to be a law, but
after you bought it, who cares?
Exactly. I don't know. So
I don't understand that.
All right. You're number 2.
Well, since Denver doesn't like letting black vehicles be driven on Sunday, matter of fact, I think Denver, Colorado's police cars are black.
Possibly.
That means they're illegal too.
Yep.
But that goes without saying. In Denver, I know. I have to ask you this question. You have a vacuum. I have a vacuum.
Yep.
Has your neighbor ever come over to ask you to borrow your vacuum?
Not recently, but when I've lived in apartments, yeah, kind of they come over and say, "Hey, can I borrow your vacuum quick?"
Yeah, I've done it but they weren't my neighbor. They lived down the road a ways. I think it was a family member. I had to have a wet vac to clean up a flooded apartment. Yep. But it's illegal to lend your next door neighbor your vacuum. That's the first person I'm lending it to because I swear to God, I know where it's at.
Yep. I like it so much that you got the first one of the night. Got sniped. I love it so much that I laughed at it too, and I'm just like, why? Why do we need this law? I mean, you're being nice to your neighbor. I mean, what does that have to do? Does it really cause that much fights in Denver? I don't know, but yeah, my number 2 is can't lend your vacuum to your neighbor.
Again, who's policing that?
Well, exactly. Another neighbor, a Karen that said, hey, they're borrowing vacuums. I need to call the cops. So, all right, let's see if we go 2 for 2. What's your top one?
There's this little city called Almosa. Almosa. When I saw this, and I thought, really, you needed to make a law for this. I thought this was, first of all, I want to know how you're getting one of these. Second of all, why are you doing this? Where are you getting a missile? Just out of curiosity, where are you getting
this one. I saw this one.
Where are you getting a missile, and why are you shooting it at another person? And the wording is awesome. It is illegal to knowingly project any missile at or against any vehicle or equipment designed for the transportation of persons or property. There are a lot of there's a lot.
I saw that one.
There in Colorado. It's weird.
Yeah. That one is a good number 1, but I think I'm going to raise you a number 1 here. In Denver.
Oh, God, Denver. I love Denver at this point.
Yeah. A dog catcher must serve
the dog
all dogs notification of impounding them 3 consecutive days.
Why?
So like before you impound a dog, you got to notify them 3 times. You got to serve them papers before you can.
Why? It's not like the dog understands.
It doesn't say dog owner. It says dog. So
it says dog.
Yeah, I don't get it. I
think they always make a comment to the people who sell drugs. You never get high on your supply. Denver is getting high on their supply at this point.
Yeah.
Holy
I mean, we've had some good ones in that first round, but yeah.
One.
And
it was a vacuum. It was a vacuum
one. I did see your number 1, and I don't know why I didn't put it on there. It was a good one. All right, so let's go to Nebraska now. In the Midwest here, these are good ones too, I think.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, I could go anyway. I'll go a couple. I think we'll get a couple right here.
I think 3 might be the outside shot.
Yep.
And there's some common sense ones in here that I
know. Yeah. So we'll start off. Bar owners cannot sell beer unless they are brewing a kettle of soup at the same time. I had that.
The bar owners or the bartenders?
It says bar owners cannot sell beer unless they are simultaneously brewing a kettle of soup.
That makes no sense.
I know. I don't get it. You're number 5.
I don't, unless you put the beer in the soup.
Yeah.
A cheese beer soup is actually really good.
Oh, it is good, but yeah. All right, you're number 5.
Number 5. I think I like this law. I really do. This law to me is a great law. And then when you realize the time frame that you're not allowed to do this, it's amazing.
Okay.
Barbers are not allowed to eat onions between 7 a.m. and midnight. Are you okay? I get that, but why can they not eat onions from 7 o'clock until like an hour after they are done shaving and cutting hair. They're good up until 7 o'clock. Like the 7. And you know the funny thing is, those 7 hours, most people are sleeping during those 7 hours, so nobody's eating. So barbers basically are eating onions all day.
Yep. No, yeah.
But it's common courtesy. I like that. If I'm getting a shave or a haircut from a barber, I don't want to smell onions on his breath.
I get that too, but yeah, I don't know. All right. Now, my number 4, a man, which we are,
Yes, we are.
is not allowed to run around with a shaved chest.
First of all, that's got to make me take. That means I have to take my shirt off.
Yeah.
Exactly. What happens if the person is if the man is follically challenged in the chest area and has no hair, didn't grow any hair? Is that guy getting fined too?
Shaved chest. So I'm guessing if they, I don't know. I don't know why. Number 4.
Oh wow. In Grand Island, I really want to know who's actually calling the chief of police for this. Just 12 hours in advance. In Grand Island, horses, mules, and oxen aren't allowed on 6 of the city streets as well as downtown without written authorization from the chief of police 12 hours in advance. Are you kidding me? Who's actually making that? And it's got to be written. It's got to be written. So you got to find what happens if you have if you have a police chief like Hopper from Stranger Things and you can't find the police chief.
Yeah.
You'll never get the 12 hours.
Yep. Here's one that, again, I think makes total sense. And 2, why do we need this law? Because it makes sense. In Nebraska, you cannot fly a plane while drunk.
That should be just obvious.
Exactly.
That should just be
It's like
obvious.
driving a car with being intoxicated. I know some people do it, but yeah. All right, you're number 3.
So there's a city in Nebraska called Lincoln.
Yep.
It's a pretty famous city in the United States. People know that Lincoln is in Nebraska. You're allowed, and the weird thing and the funny thing is you're allowed to ride horses in the city streets, inside the city limits. But there's a speed limit. Horses. I saw this. Are you kidding me? Guess we're not drag racing horses. It's not Fast and Furious horses in Lincoln, and horses cannot go faster than 6 miles an hour. That's trotting speed.
I was gonna say, so you can't race them. You can't, like you said, drag race them. Oh man, that sucks. I was gonna go down there and do that this weekend.
Jeez.
All right. Yeah, so number 2 for me. We happen to burp, I guess, when it's not polite or in certain areas. But this one just gets me. Children burping during church service. The parents can be arrested.
Oh! Holy smokes! I don't know how many times I accidentally burped in church.
Well, exactly. I mean,
if I'd have known that, I'd have done that more often and see even if my parents get arrested. Holy smokes! Wow.
Yeah,
that is
number 2.
That is crazy.
Oh,
this is C2C, right? Just I want to
C2C. Yep.
And this is C2C Rankem.
Yep.
So we have a motto on C2C Rankem.
Would it be this motto?
If we like the stipend. My number 2 is your number 3. Can't fly a plane while drunk. I thought that was pretty obvious. Was it because a lot of the major airlines pilots were getting drunk before they flew or something, and then all of a sudden,
I don't know, but yeah,
crazy.
So I'm at number 1, and like you just stated, the motto is you're not C2C Rankem, unless you get sniped. My number 1's your number 5. Barbers are forbidden to eat onions from the hours of 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. One thing I'm thinking about too is, like just go to McDonald's or something, get a burger, got onions on there, gotta take them off. I just don't get it. But yeah, you're number 1.
Holy smokes! I found this one and I thought this was number 1 without a question.
Uh-oh.
You don't really okay. How do you tiptoe this minefield? This one is going to be. I don't know how to say it. I'm just going to say it. It is illegal in Nebraska for people with gonorrhea to get married.
I did see that one, and I'm just like, I was like you too. I'm just like, how can I not? I passed it, but that definitely would be, yeah.
I had this. I put that on number 1. I'm thinking this is obvious number 1, much like a missile. But how can you
not get married, right? Is that what the whole thing was?
Yeah, not allowed to get married.
Any diseases, right?
I think it's.
I thought I read it too, and I'm just like, yeah,
But it was like gonorrhea. How the heck? So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this. This is a Four Bros comment, but it's going to be a clean Four Bros comment. So children are technically sexually transmitted diseases that you get for the rest of your life. Are you not allowed to marry because you're a single parent?
I don't know. I don't get it. All right. So we're betting. What are we? 300? Yeah. 3 out of 10 so far. So
we're still all-star level.
Yep, exactly. So all right, let's move to Kentucky. This one. Yeah, again, another one that's just why.
What's Kentucky? You should think that's. I don't know. It's just.
Yeah, I could honestly see. I mean, realistically, knowing you and knowing me, I could see 5 for 5, but I don't think we are because there's some weird ones. But I'll go 3 at the minimum.
I like your 3. I like 3.
There's definitely some in there that I'm just like, yeah, he could put this one on there. So, all right.
I didn't realize
number 5.
I didn't realize this about Kentucky, and I've never stayed a night in Kentucky. No, take it back. I have in Louisville. In Louisville. So, but I've never been drunk in Kentucky. I want to know how they actually how if you're drunk and you're driving. But this isn't about driving. I didn't realize this, but a drunk person is considered sober until he can't hold the ground. I want to know how he's holding the ground to begin with. Is he standing?
Is it holding the ground or standing? Because I saw that one too. I thought
that was the thing. If he's standing,
if he can stand up, he's fine.
And he's sober, so you're going to let that fool get into a car because he's still holding the ground.
Nope.
With a car, but so you can never get a DUI in.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm thoroughly lost at this point.
Yep. So, Tim, we grew up in the Midwest. November is a big hunting time around our states. Did you know in Kentucky, you must stop your vehicle before hunting?
Wait, what?
You got to stop your vehicle before hunting. So if you see that nice 10-point buck on the side of the road, 1, you got to get your gun ready. So I can't believe you go around load the gun. But 2, you got to stop your vehicle before you hunt.
Holy smokes, there's all types of wrong on that. In Michigan, it's illegal to hunt from a fire. It's illegal to hunt from a car. Moving or otherwise.
They're not saying it's not illegal to hunt there. You just have to stop your vehicle before you hunt. So that means you have to have your gun ready or bow ready. And
a bow would be even funnier, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. That's some Dukes of Hazzard stuff there with the bow. So, all right, you're number 4.
There's this little town called Fort Thomas. I couldn't tell you where Fort Thomas is. It's in Kentucky. That's about as much as I can tell you.
Yep. But you
And
don't tell
again,
us something weird about it.
I'll tell you something weird about it. I didn't even realize that this was a possibility. And who's policing this? Just out of curiosity, it is illegal for a dog to molest a car in Fort Thomas.
Oh my God.
What part of the car is it molesting?
Well, again, why? Why does there have to be a rule about that, law about that? I don't know. Yeah.
I've thought I heard it all until I saw these states.
All right. So we're going to jump back into religious service. In Kentucky, no reptiles of any kind can be used during a religious service.
A good question.
Yeah.
What happens if it's an emotional service alligator?
Can't use it. It's
Oh, wow.
yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't know. You're number 3.
That's crazy. I think this should be I think this is more stupid than illegal, but I didn't realize it was illegal. And you got to find the woman that's doing this. You need to, and I guess they've had a problem with it because they had to make it a law.
That's the scary part.
That's the scary part is they had to make it a law in order for them to stop doing it. But we should have this conversation with the woman that is at least one of the women that have done this. It's illegal to marry the same man more than 3 times. First of all, if you want to be glutton for punishment to go back to the same door, go for it.
Well, exactly. That's on you.
You should have learned that lesson the first 3 times.
Yep.
Or the first 2 times. I can understand going back the second time, but
Yeah, exactly. No. All right. So Owensboro, Kentucky. Tim, your lady likes to wear fancy stuff, right? I mean,
you're not handsome.
What?
No, go ahead.
No, okay.
She does, but she's.
Does she like hats in particular? Fancy hats? Oh, okay. Well, this doesn't apply to neither one of our ladies because they don't like fancy hats. But a woman needs her husband's permission to buy a fancy hat.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one so much that your number 3 is my number 2. And that's not oppression. That's just smart.
That's just smart.
The problem is I'm the one that more likely would have to have my wife tell me to stop buying hats. I'm the guy. I'm
That's the thing. You're sitting at home and she comes home with the hat. And, I mean, are you going to turn her in if she don't like the hat? Be like, oh, she bought a fancy hat. I gotta,
No, there's gonna be special favors after that for the hat.
Oh, I bet. All right. So my number 2. Again, I mean, I could kind of get it. This would kind of be a topic for 4 bros a little bit. But women need a bodyguard if they're wearing a bikini. The side note is they have to be weighing between 90 and 199 pounds.
I saw that one.
So they can't walk around in a bikini if they're in that weight range without a bodyguard or a police escort. They said.
Have you seen the women from Kentucky? They're not in that weight range.
Yeah. All right. You're number 1.
My number 1. I think this is just an unnecessary law. I think this should happen more than this law has saying. But again, there's a reason for this law, and it's really scary. But every citizen in Kentucky is required to shower once a year. We needed to put that as a law. We really needed to.
Well, my number one's your number one. Again, like I said the exact same thing. Do we really need that as a law? Must shower once a year. So out of 364 days, you're okay to do it. Not do it.
And I'm going to guess the day that they shower is Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve, so they can be around the family members.
Yeah, I don't get that one. But yeah, again, one of those ones where we really need that law, but I guess in Kentucky you do. I don't know why.
Guess it's a necessity. So that's 2. We got 2. We're 5 out of 15. So we're still batting 300.
Yep, we're still getting there. All right. So we're gonna move to Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi.
I'm gonna go 2 because it seems like if we go any more than 3, we're losing. So I'm gonna go 2.
Where are you at, Mississippi? There you are. I think 2, unless you got temperance.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2. I'll go 2.
Right.
Maybe 3. 3 might be
Yeah,
a push.
I can see all these ones. I can see we go 5 for 5 or 4 for 5.
Good.
But, so I'll start with my number 5. One, we know it's in most states it's illegal to marry more than one person at the same time, but in Mississippi, it is illegal to explain polygamy to somebody.
To explain it?
To explain it.
First of all, it's Mississippi. if we know our studies of the education system in Mississippi, you're 50th out of 50. Even if you try to explain it twice, they can't even pronounce it. Let alone. Yeah. I have this feeling that somebody from Mississippi watches our show, and I'm getting a conversation.
All right, you're number 5.
Let's see. Number 5. There's this. I brought up temperance earlier, which is funny because it's temperance. If you know about temperance, means with the meaning of the word temperance, which they don't in Mississippi, is to be very okay. Is to be very, very. I can't explain the word temperance. It means you got to be even tempered. Temperance, right? But I think this law should be in every city, every state.
Should be a law. Okay, this should be a good one.
Should be a law in every state. I think it should be a law in this country, to be honest. It is illegal to walk your dog unless it's wearing a diaper.
I get why you want that law, and I can't disagree. But again, yeah, I mean, I get it. All right, my number 4. We talk about our wives and we love them to death, and beforehand, if we would not have, or if we would have said what we do to say to ask them a question and don't follow through with it. Mississippi's got a law for that. You could not say, "Will you marry me?" as a joke.
Oh, wow! Wow!
Yeah!
Wow!
So if you don't follow through with it, they don't give a time frame. I mean,
you make that a law, right? But you really want to keep that law. There should be no divorce in Mississippi. Really pound that one in.
Yeah. All right, you're number 4.
Again, we're talking about things that should be pretty self-explanatory. In Hazelhurst, I don't know. I've gone fishing before. I've gone fishing a lot.
Yeah.
I've gone fishing in the Gulf of Mexico, the Atlantic Ocean, the lakes in the Great Lakes area. I have not brought this one thing to go fishing. Never have I thought about bringing this.
Okay.
But in Hazelhurst, Mississippi, again, this proves a point why Mississippi is Mississippi. It is illegal to fish in possession of a gun. You cannot bring your gun to go fishing.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Absolutely no sense.
All right. So Mississippi. Again, we're talking Mississippi, and again, I don't know why. Well, it's a law, but not a law, depending on what happens. So we all know. Well, this is why. All right. So we know murder is illegal, right? But in Mississippi, murder is illegal unless
Oh, no, there's an unless.
you kill someone's servant.
I can kill a servant, and then I can kill that guy.
I don't know, but yeah, you can't. Yeah.
There's a bigger question here. I'm trying to figure out what time, what era of the United States this was enacted as a law.
Yeah. I don't know.
That is crazy.
All right. You're number
So I have
three.
to shoot the servant first before I can shoot you. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, something like that. All right. You're number three.
That's crazy. Is it shoot or murder?
Murder.
Murder. Okay. Well, then this ties greatly in with mine. It doesn't really. This is one of those. Really, who's really doing this? This should be common sense too. Especially at drugstores. I don't know how many people at drugstores are selling to children. Period. But you have to make a law where it's illegal to sell poison to children at a drugstore.
Oh, I missed that one.
So I'm wondering, but the thing is, I can't remember if that one was if the children were under 10 years old, unless that was another state. But what if that person's trying to buy poison so they can kill a servant and then another person?
Yeah.
Okay,
I love.
Gotta love Mississippi because Mississippi's weird.
So in Mississippi, a guy goes to get married, groom to be. So he's got to prove himself to said family by going and killing 6 blackbirds or 3 cows.
The cows should seem easy, but why?
Exactly. How? Yeah, that's what I thought too. I mean, okay, you go out and do that, but the cows would be the easiest. How's that proving yourself? But yeah, so prove yourself to your father-in-law. You got to go out and kill blackbirds or 3.
Or, and the key word there is or.
Or.
Yeah. It was and. It might be a little more difficult. Yeah. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. I feel like Owen Wilson right now with all the wows on that.
Yep. You're number 2.
That's messed up. So Oxford, we know what Oxford is, right? Oxford, Mississippi, the home of the Running Rebels, Ole Miss. You and I would have been arrested for this.
Okay.
Guaranteed. Especially if as we were talking backstage. If this were Escanaba, I guarantee you we would have been arrested.
Okay.
On a weekly basis. But in Oxford, it is illegal to circle the square because there's a big square in downtown Oxford. That I knew of.
Okay.
And it's actually called the Square. Because they can't figure out they can't figure out shapes. But it's illegal to circle the square 100 times.
Like walking around, you can't do it?
I don't know. This says circle the square. It means you could do it in a bike. You could walk around it. You could drive around it.
So 99 times is okay.
99 times is fine. Whoever's over there clicking the clicker, like they're letting in people into a baseball game. We would have gotten in trouble at least once a week.
Probably, yeah.
Because of the strip and Escanaba, because we're driving, we make that down to by the lake to the Michigan, to lake, to the McDonald's, to the lake, to McDonald's.
Yep. All right. So my number 1. Um, in Tylertown.
Tylertown.
Yep. Men cannot. Well, I should say men, but it doesn't really state. Cannot shave in the center of Main Street in Tylertown. I don't know. Last time I shaved myself in public, but
When was the last time I shaved myself in public?
can't do it in Tylertown.
You said in the center of town.
In the center of town, yes.
Okay, so I can go to a side street and shave.
I guess, yeah.
Technically not the center of town. Okay, gotcha.
Center of Main Street, yeah.
Center of Main Street. Is that the entire length of you can't like shave on the yellow lines of strips?
I don't know. Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Don't do it.
Did you just say we're not much of shave? We're not we do I'm not much of it. I trim, but I don't. Wow.
Yeah, you're number one.
So I'm a fan of an SEC team, Florida Gators, right? You know,
Yep.
I like to go back to Oxford. When I saw this, I thought this was a joke. And then I realized Ole Miss plays there, and they haven't had a good team since Eli Manning was there, and even then they weren't that good.
Yep.
But in Oxford, which means there should be a lot of people being arrested in this one. In Oxford, it's illegal to cheer unless there's a reason to cheer.
Wow.
So Ole Miss doesn't cheer much. One of my favorite football players went to school at Ole Miss. Patrick Willis. I think he was on. No, I don't think he was there when Eli was there, but he might be the only person that they've cheered for. Between him and Eli, I think those are the only two people they've ever cheered for.
Can't cheer unless there's something to cheer for. All right. All right. So we went all for that day. Like one, but it's Mississippi. We could have probably went many different ways. All right. So let's move up to New Hampshire. Yeah, I don't know, but
we are 5 for 20.
A couple, but
we are 5 for 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see a couple of New Hampshire, but
I could see a couple. I could really see.
Right.
I could see 2, 3.
All right, so kick it off.
All right. I've worked in enough bars. I've worked in enough. I have never worked in a tavern, but you know, bars and taverns are the same thing. And I know I've been to a lot of bars where they play music.
Yep.
When you play music and you're playing a song that you like, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to
you either sing or you get up and dance.
Right. Or if you can't do either one of those, you either clap or you nod, you bounce your head, or you tap your foot. It is illegal in New Hampshire to keep time or the beat to music in a bar or a tavern. So does that mean dancing is out too in New Hampshire? Because that is technically keeping time in the beat.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. My number 5. Again, I know certain cultures will eat what I'm going to talk about. Again, I don't know why we need a law for it. But in New Hampshire, you cannot pick seaweed right from the beach.
I saw that one. I don't understand why not.
Well, exactly. Agree or disagree. I don't get why we need a law for it. But
whatever somebody does, you better just own the beach. Then they can't.
Yep.
Then they can't. It's private property. Then they can't do that.
So you're number 4.
My number 4. Again, we need a law for this. This completely. Exactly. You know, I know some white guys that can dance, but then I know a lot more that can't. Number 4.
Yeah. You're cheering for a girl. Yeah.
Number 4. This one throws me a loop that they actually made this a law in New Hampshire, which is, and this is going to be funny because we're coming up on Halloween, which makes this even funnier.
Okay.
Kids under 10. Okay. I know they're not allowed to do a lot of things, but who's really letting a child at under 10 be unattended to begin with?
Yeah.
But kids under 10 cannot enter a cemetery unattended.
Again, I saw that one too, and I don't know why. I mean,
Why we make a law for that? Why?
yeah,
Why?
yeah.
No.
I mean, you hear enough stories when you attend. Yeah. So here's one that goes back to a law you kind of stated about dogs, while walking. So in New Hampshire, cattle crossing the roads must be fitted for a device to collect their feces.
I saw that one. I saw that one. I'm like, why? Why? I want to be the person who's got to stand behind a cow and put that on.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm not going to be that person, but they're like horses. You stand behind a cow, they're going to kick you.
Yep.
It's not even to be pretty.
Exactly. All right, you're number 3.
So we grew up in the Midwest.
Yep.
And I've seen this. And we grew up in hunting states.
Yep.
I know I've had friends and I've got family members that have hunted with dogs.
Yep.
First of all, I want to know what in the world you're hunting that you would need this animal.
Yep.
And that you needed to, and why it has to be illegal, and how you're controlling it that you needed to hunt. But it is illegal to use a ferret to help you hunt. What in the blue blaze in hell are you hunting for with a ferret?
Yep. So with that being said, my number 3 is your number 3. I was thinking that same thing. What are you hunting that you need a ferret to track down?
It's crazy. I'm like, are you crazy?
Yeah, I said the same thing. I don't know what it is. I mean, because I've seen ferrets. My sisters have ferrets, and there's not many animals that I think would be scared of a ferret.
Oh no.
So
No.
So yeah. All right, you're number 2.
We grew up in states where there are national parks.
Yep.
And out of the goodness of your hearts, you can pick up trash or you can maintain things.
Yep.
And not get in trouble.
Yep.
But there's this big park, big national park in New Hampshire called White Mountain National Park.
Yep.
It is illegal for anybody to maintain White Mountain National Park, clean, fix, repair, whatever, without a permit.
Yep. I don't know why. Just doing a good deed.
Yeah. And it's free. It's a free service.
So New Hampshire, on Sundays, a lot of things we like to not do on Sundays, I guess. But
it's not.
In New Hampshire, no operation of a machinery is allowed on Sundays.
Good question.
Yep.
Okay. So this explains why there are no sporting events in New Hampshire at this point on Sundays.
Yep.
But our house, I don't know about your house, but here in Italy, a lot of things in my house are technically called a machine.
Yeah.
So like the computer that we're talking on.
Yep.
Or the cell phone right next to me.
Yep.
Right next to you.
Yep.
The TV that we watch Sunday football games on.
Yep.
Heck, the stove.
Yep.
Are all machines? Are we just having? You can't.
I think they're talking like big machineries. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
That's
what I would assume, but I see where you're going.
Yeah, if this were Mississippi, we know exactly where that screwed up.
Yeah. All right. So you're number 1.
I get why. I respect this law a lot more because I don't know if there are a lot of murderers under assumed names going to.
Oh, okay. J-Mac's got a good one here with the ferrets. You use them to get rabbits out of their barrels.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Out of their Joe Burrows. Gotcha.
All right.
I get New Hampshire, but you must always book a hotel using your real name.
Yeah. I think we had another state that said that one too.
I think it was North Carolina. If I'm not mistaken, I think it might have been North Carolina or something. I'm like,
might have been. I don't know. But
because Michael Jordan used to owns a team.
I think that's what it was. Well, exactly. So my number one. Yep, you can get your hands up because my number one is your number two. I don't know why it's a good deed, but yeah, you cannot pick up trash in White Mountain National Park. I don't know why they need that law, but I don't get it.
I don't get it.
All right. So let's move up into the corner some more there of the state, and we go to Massachusetts.
Oh, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually took one off because I thought it was stupid.
Really?
Well, yeah, because I don't know. And I'll talk about that one after. But
Okay.
all right. So here, I'm going to go with the safe two. I don't know. Like I said, we're reading all these and we could go a lot of different ways. But
I could go. Yeah, 2, 3 is an outside.
And I hope my first one, J Max, watching because we bring up Four Bros, which is a late night show here, Mondays and Fridays, going into Tuesday, Wednesdays, and I'm going to go PG on this one. But if you watch Four Bros, you know where I'm heading to this one. I don't even know, but anyways, if you have false teeth,
I never saw this one.
You must remove them during sexual encounters.
Oh, oh my gosh, because there's a well, first of all, it's Massachusetts, so there should be a lot of false teeth.
Exactly.
And I've got friends from Boston, and he has.
You should call them up and find out if this is a real law.
He has the screwed up thing. He lives in Florida now, but I know him and his brother. They used to give me crap because they're Patriots fans and I'm a Colts fan. He has false teeth. And we call him Boston Bills.
But the thing is, again, who's going to turn this in?
I don't know, but I would respect if I were. Oh, this is so bad. I got to keep this PG. This point, if this was the WWE, you kind of hope this was the Attitude Era. Holy smokes, please! You would wish that your wife would take your teeth out.
J-Mac. Oh, this will be a topic on Four Bros. I can see J-Mac writing that one down.
That's where you hope that you pick up a woman at a bar and she has false teeth.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to leave that.
All right. You're number 5.
So, there's a town. Remember how there's a town in Footloose where you can't dance?
Yep.
Which means there's no fun. Well, there's a town in Massachusetts called Marlboro.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's funny thing is I think that might be where Marlboro cigarettes actually may have gotten their name from. Okay. I think they might have been founded in this town. But this is like the town in Footloose. You can probably dance in Marlboro, but it's illegal to buy, sell, or own squirt guns or silly string.
Now I wish I would have not put or take number 5 off now because they're taking the fun out of things. But unless you have it, we'll talk about it after. But my number 4 is Tim. We got it right now. I mean,
no, this is a beard, but I know you're.
Well, you got the beard, but when you shave it, you got the logo T going.
Yeah.
Yep. Massachusetts. We would need a license to wear a goatee in public.
Yeah, that would suck. I had a goatee since I was 18.
Exactly. Oh. And honestly, I really want to find out how much it cost.
I do too.
That kind of intrigued me. So, all right, you're number 4.
My number 4. I think this is just for safety reasons. But I want to know how you got it into your car to begin with, and how you got it into the back seat of your car is even better. But gorillas are not permitted in the back seat of your car. First of all, Where are you getting a gorilla in Massachusetts? Second of all, you've got bigger balls than I've got just to have a gorilla in my car. Oh, wow.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
crazy.
Yep. Well, not C2C unless you get ranked or get sniped. My number 3 is your number 4. I saw that one too, and I'm just like you said, you got bigger balls than I do, but how you get the gorilla into a car? I mean, okay, we know Ryan had a nice little car. How the hell you get the gorilla in that thing?
Holy smokes, that car would have been destroyed.
I mean, because I know I sat in the backseat of that sucker, and it was
I
tight.
have too.
Yeah. But yeah, no gorillas allowed in the backseat of cars. You're number 3.
Wow. I can understand the number 3 because I really don't like the Rhode Island version of this. But it is.
J-Mac is, I would be the most fun. Yeah, I'm with you, J-Mac. And if you haven't seen J-Mac, he's got some facial hair up there.
I understand this, and Massachusetts are very, very protected of this, but it's illegal to put tomatoes in your clam chowder.
Yeah, I've had clam chowder. Yeah, I'm not much for cooked tomatoes, anyways. But
I'm not either. But that's what. But see, the thing is, clam chowder, New England clam chowder, there's no tomatoes. It's like you don't, and the real, and you could get into a fist fight over clam chowder if you like the red or the white. Oh no.
Yeah, it's Ventura. That should be illegal. You're all right, J-Mac. All right. So number 2 kind of ties in a little bit with number 3 that I have with no gorillas in the back seat. Oh, Massachusetts. We like going to movies.
We do. I do.
But it's against the law to take a lion to a movie.
Why? Oh, God. Why? Why?
So 1, you can't have a gorilla in the backseat. 2, you can't have a lion. So if the lion and the gorilla wanted a double date, you can't do that.
But it's okay to get the lion in the car to take him to the movie.
And you can have the gorilla at the movie, but you can't have him in the back seat. So the gorilla can sit in the front seat.
You put the gorilla in the front seat, the lion in the back seat.
But the lion can't go to the movie.
The lion can't go to the movie.
Yeah. All right, you're number 2.
My number 2.
Things to make you go,
Exactly. My number 2, C2C,
All right.
Because I saw it, and then obviously you saw it because you have one, and I usually have one. But my number 2 is your number 4. The permit, you have to have a license for a goatee. I'm sorry, but at that point I'm growing a beard. How many people think about that? How many people in New England? How many people on the Patriots because they play at Foxborough? Lion. How many people on the Patriots or the Celtics or the Red Sox or the Bruins? Now I know there's got to be a problem because I know if you ever watch anything that takes place in Boston or in the Massachusetts area, they all seem to have goatees and they think it's the greatest thing on the planet.
Well, did Tom Brady have one?
No.
I thought he did towards the end of his career. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. The goatee one throws me off. I kind of want to try to find
Kyrie Irving did.
What?
Kyrie Irving did.
Yeah.
Ray Allen did.
Yep. All right, so we're out. My number 1. How much did Johnny Damon get fined? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, so my number 1. I kind of combined 2 of them together because one doesn't make sense if the other one doesn't happen. So, and you're going to raise your hand right away, and J-Mac, you're probably going to yell at the computer. You need a doctor to give you a prescription to take a bath. But also, this is the second part of the other one that I added. You cannot go to bed without taking a bath.
Okay, I didn't see the second one.
Well, it was 2 different ones, but yes. you got to get a doctor's permission to take a bath, but yet you need to take a bath before you go to bed. Two separate laws that I made my number one.
I like half of your number one. I like half your number one so much that I made it my number one.
I kind of figured we'd have to hit one of these at number one.
When I saw it's illegal to take a bath unless you're under a doctor's orders, but I guarantee you can find a ton of bathtubs in Boston, and it's only in Boston.
Yeah, exactly.
That explains a lot. It's Boston.
Yeah, I don't know. I just when I saw that one and then I was scrolling down, saw the other one, I'm like, oh, these definitely have to go together.
I didn't even see this.
And actually, there was a comment on it. The little description goes, but it's the law that you have to take a bath or something about they actually combined them too, but I was just lost. So all right, so let's go. I believe it's a little south of Massachusetts, maybe a little north. I don't know. Don't really care because this one we're gonna have fun with, and
Cool.
we have so much fun. We decided to do 10, and that's the good old state of New York.
Because New York sucks.
When Tim brought this up, I started looking up because we had the debate that we did New York already, and when I saw the first law, I'm like, no, we did not do New York, even though I was sure we did. But one of the laws, I should say, not the
There's
first
10. We did 10.
Yeah, we did 10. Yeah. And honestly, I could see us, and there's 13 other ones that we left off the list.
Yeah, at least 13.
Yeah, at least 13. You're right. So I will kick, or no, I started. So you can kick off New York with your number 10.
I combined two on this one.
And I think we could get a lot. I think
we could get a lot. And we could get none. That's how crazy this is. This New York.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, I combined 2 at 10.
Oh, I forgot to mention the one I left off in Massachusetts because I think it's stupid. Is since 1959, it's illegal to celebrate Christmas.
1959 in Massachusetts.
Or not 1659. I'm sorry,
1659.
Yeah,
so before we became a country. That's cool.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, can't celebrate Christmas. All right. So let's go to your number 10.
My number 10. Like I said, I combined one. I combined 2 to make 1. And it kind of coincides with, because in order for you to do one thing, you got to be doing this other thing. But I don't know. You like ice cream. I like ice cream.
Oh, I love ice cream.
Yeah. Have you ever stayed standing on the sidewalk to eat ice cream?
Well, yeah. If you can't, it depends on where it's made. A nice big ice cream cone. It's a little hard to walk and eat that at the same time.
Right. In New York, they've got a lot of great ice cream places in New York City, at least.
Yep.
But it's illegal to eat ice cream while standing on a sidewalk. Or, now here's the or part, which is funny because you got to be standing on the sidewalk for this part to happen, waiting for the bus.
So
you can break 2 laws just waiting for the bus.
I was just going to state that. All right. Again, who's going to force that one? I know we got some Karens out there that probably will.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So my number 10, and we like to play catch or, try to get somebody off, when they're not paying attention. Might toss something at them, but you cannot throw a ball at someone's head just for fun.
I saw that one. I don't remember if I put it on my list, but I saw that one.
All right, you're number 9.
My number 9. First of all, I want to know who's doing this and why we have to make a law. But then I realized Central Park is in New York, and then I could see this happening. There are a lot of drunk people in New York and in Central Park, a lot of vagrants. But it is illegal for you to pee on pigeons in the park.
Oh my God. I really think we could have done the whole list of this and ranked them all 23 that I saw. So
I saw 20. I saw roughly 30.
Yeah, I saw that one too, and I just had to shake my head because I mean, yeah. So Tim, J Mac, if you're still watching, please comment
Oh boy.
because we're bigger guys. We're not the fittest guys, right?
I know which one you're talking about.
But in New York,
Oh, New York.
we would have to be fit because we can't have man boobs.
I know. I saw that one. I saw that one. I'm going, God, no, I'm not putting that one on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
You just said that J Max got man boobs.
he'll admit it. So,
Oh, I know I do. It's just
oh yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I used to have boob competitions with other women. Who's got bigger? So
Hey, we got a comment from one of your fan club, Eric Gunn, but he likes his man boobs.
Yeah, I used to get in a competition with women at like Summerfest and have boob competitions to see whose were bigger. That's a good way to getting a sexual assault charge. I'll tell you that.
Yep. All right,
It
your
happened.
number.
Okay.
What are we at? 8 for you.
8.
All right, 8.
All right. So this must be New York, and if you see pictures of old New York stuff like The Godfather took place in New York, and different like mafia movies took place in New York, and all you ever see going across windows were clotheslines and
Yep.
hanging clothes on clotheslines. But in New York, you cannot put wet clothes on a clothesline to dry without a permit.
I saw that one too. I was just like I said when you brought the state up and started looking, it's like God, we had to do more than 5, but yeah, we could have done.
It's crazy. I'm like,
yeah, that one, yeah. All right, so we got yards. Right?
Yep.
and to get them to grow, we need water. But in New York, you cannot water your lawn unless you're holding the hose.
I saw that one.
So you can't do sprinklers. You can't, And when I first saw it, I thought it said you can't water unless you're using your hose. So I'm like, oh, so you can't water your neighbor's yard unless you use your hose and not their hose. But yeah, you got to be holding the hose. All right.
That was number? That was number 8. Okay.
That was 8 for you. Yep.
That was 8 for you. That was 8 for you. That was 8 for me. So yeah, my number 7. I didn't realize this needed to be illegal. First of all, I want to know who's doing that. Mine. But it is illegal to have a puppet show in an open window. Why? Okay. First of all, is the window facing out or is the window facing in?
But you said open. I mean, so it's okay to do it closed.
It's closed, yeah, but nobody's going to hear the story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, my number 7. Again, I mean, I know certain people like fake hair to put in their head, but if you're doing this to your pet, I don't know why, but you cannot sell your cat or dog hair.
I saw that one and I'm thinking, how? Why would you do that?
Yep. You're number 6.
My number 6. So you can't take a lion to the movies. You can't put a gorilla in the back seat of your car. This part's dangerous too, and I don't understand why this needed to be a law and how this is happening. And then I realized there's the Central Park Zoo, but it is illegal to take selfies with a tiger.
Yeah, I saw that one too and just had to shake my head. Yeah. All right. My number 6. I'm going to do the action right now, and thank God I don't live in New York. But in New York, you can't do this, and you can't do this.
I saw that.
You cannot put your finger to your nose, thumb to your nose, and wiggle your fingers at someone.
I saw that when I'm going, how do I explain that? How do I write that down the next week?
Yeah. So, all right, you're number 5.
This is the only reason why I would like New York City.
Uh-oh.
New York City has once. It's funny because you need to have equal opportunity all of a sudden in New York City, especially in the subways.
Yep.
And I didn't realize this. And women had a problem where men could go topless in the subways. Well, in New York City, women can go topless on the subway.
They can.
They can.
All right.
It's
Topic
legal.
number 2 for Four Rose. All right. Yeah. So
And this is the same. Think about it. This is the same subway system that John Rocker had a problem with.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we're at 5.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not C2C unless we're ranking or sniping people. And you sniped mine at your number 7. Can I do a publish show in an open window? I don't get it. I don't know why it has to be a law. Why is breaking a law if you're I don't know. All right, number 4.
Number 4. Well, I didn't read when I looked this up, I realized it was weird. Then I found out that Sag Harbor actually is a beach community in New York.
Okay.
But the thing that got me was what it originally said and made it even funnier. It's illegal to get naked in wagons in Sag Harbor.
I missed that one.
Are we talking like? Well, the thing is, they're trying to keep people from changing their clothes to go to the beach and to get into the bikinis. But me being a fan of Four Bros, thought, who's getting a little red wagon and getting naked on a little red wagon?
Oh, that's what they're talking about?
No, that's not what they're talking about.
I was just like, wait a minute, what?
But that would be so much better.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. Number 4, I enjoy eating the snack. I enjoy where the law says you can't eat it. And I can't do the third step to do this. So in New York at a concert, you cannot eat peanuts while walking backwards on the sidewalk.
So you're telling me Travis Kelce can't go to a Taylor Swift concert, have peanuts, and walk backwards on a sidewalk? Yeah. I want to see the sidewalk at a concert to begin with.
It must be. I'm going to assume outdoor, but again, I want to see somebody walking backwards while eating peanuts. I don't care where it's at.
Exactly.
Because walking backwards is a pain in the butt itself. So
I like that one.
All right, number 3.
I like that one so much, I put it at number 3.
Yeah, all right. So we're getting there. So that was your number 3, huh?
Yeah. What am I number 4?
All right. Here's one. I would believe one person in the whole world will let this happen. And that person lives in California. I wish he lived in New York because I would like to see him get arrested for this. You cannot allow a donkey to sleep in your bathtub.
Yeah. I like that one too.
How well do you like that one?
Well, let's say really good.
Okay.
But I don't like it at number 2.
Okay, you don't like it at number 2. Okay.
But I do like your number 8 for my number 2.
Oh, okay.
Where you're only allowed to water your lawn as long as you are holding the hose. What hose? This is a Four Bros topic. Which hose? So you can pee in your yard as long as you're holding it.
Yeah. All right. So you're at number 2.
I hope we don't get canceled after that.
My number 2 is your number 10, which I liked it so much that I even doubled it just like you did. You can eat ice cream. You can't eat ice cream while standing on a sidewalk, and you cannot eat it waiting for the bus, which you do both the same time. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I absolutely.
So you can
have
eat
no
it
understanding.
while walking to the bus stop, but then you gotta stop eating it and let it melt while you're at the bus stop, or swallow
And
it.
and the funny thing is, did you see the third one about ice cream?
The back pocket one?
Back pocket on
Yeah.
Sundays?
Only on Sundays, yeah. All right, you're number one.
First of all, I can't get an ice cream cone in my back pocket.
Yeah.
And I don't. It's usually gone before I have a chance to really
Put it in your back pocket. All right, you're number one.
I like your number three. I like your number three so much that I made it my number one.
Yeah, that is a good one. So my number three was your number one.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't like to fly,
I don't mind it.
but in New York, they made a law that states you cannot jump out of a plane while it's in the air unless you are in danger or you're told so.
I saw that, which is funny. Did you see the other law that they made?
No, I missed that one.
Which I thought was hilarious because you can't jump out of a plane unless you're in danger or being told to jump out of a plane, but it is illegal to parachute over New York City.
All right. So one I left off because I'm wearing them right now, but you cannot wear slippers after 10 o'clock in New York.
I saw that one. I really saw that one. I'm like,
well, I wouldn't be wearing slippers because typically at 10 o'clock I'm sleeping.
Usually, yeah. I don't leave my house in slippers after 10 o'clock unless it's I don't know.
So we got 5 out of 10.
Yeah, we did 50% in New York. Thank you, New York.
Thank you, New York, for being stupid or having weird laws. But
I thought we would gotten dumber laws with Mississippi and Alabama, and then then New York doesn't disappoint. I love that.
So let's wrap it up. Next week, yes, I will be there next week. I was trying to think of the date. The following week, I will be missing. We'll have to talk about it. But so next week we'll do our birthdays. I think we kind of hinted to that. So we'll pick some dates. Tim, final thoughts.
Again, states that don't disappoint. New York, as much as we hate New York, this is a good day to be actually happy about New York. I love the fact is that we hadn't taken any stupid laws off the books. With that being said, I will be back next week with you.
Yep.
I'll be in Rome this weekend, so I'll miss morning tailgate celebrating my wife's birthday in Rome because she wanted to go to Rome. So Friday we'll be on a plane. God no, a train.
No, jump out of it.
I know it's a 3.5 hour train ride from Milano to Rome, and then I'll be coming back Monday. So she wanted to go to Rome, and she said she'll pay for it. So guess who's going to Rome?
There you go. You got to keep her happy. So again, happy birthday to her this weekend. Hopefully Rome is a good experience for you. Take a lot of pictures. Tim, we're coming up 2 weeks away, or 3 weeks actually. We'll be doing a season 2 of this, unless C2C doesn't pick it up. But as far as I know, they're picking it up. So we got something special planned starting season 2. But again, it's been a fun doing this. I think, honestly, I haven't counted our shows, but we probably missed 5 shows, I think, just because.
Maybe tops. Yeah.
So, I mean, we pretty much done one every week, and we try to make up when we don't. So, but with that being said, check out C2C all week long. Tonight, Sports Minute. Again, want to send out our thoughts and prayers to the family of one former gymnast, Mary Lou Retton, who's battling for life right now. Hopefully we get good news out of that soon. But with that being said, check us out all week long. Again, Sports Minute tonight, morning tailgate, Sunday on deck. They're going to talk playoffs and whatever else we got going on. So with that being said, we'll see y'all next week on C2C Rankem. Have a good one.